Hi everyone, this is Marta. You can find me as Marta Schmarta on Instagram, Ravelry, and Blue Sky.
And I'm Freddie Betty. I can be found on Ravelry and Blue Sky as Freddie Betty, on Instagram as Freddie Betty01, and on Facebook as Betty Crowell.
Now it's time to fix pesky problems and secret solutions with our brief review of Lesson 6. Embrace the why and the why not in Patty Lyon's Knitting Bag of Tricks, the official workbook, and Chapter 6 in the original Knitting Bag of Tricks book.
Patty starts Chapter 6 by asking us, don't do it right, do it better. She reminds us that there are very few, quote unquote, always, or quote unquote, never when it comes to knitting.
Lesson 6 has us revisiting our first swatch and adding to it. I added a new color and loved the various ways suggested to do that. I definitely heard from other more experienced knitters exactly how and where new yarn should be added when I started knitting, as if those rules were the only acceptable methods.
Exactly. Patty mentions 3 different joins to try out in our sample for Lesson 6. But what I really liked, Marta, was the new swatch we started.
Oh, I liked it too. I've wrestled with color stripes and, to be honest, avoided using stripes because I didn't like the jog. I saw jogless joins, but had never seen a way to do that with a single row stripe. Guess what, Mandy?
What? I think I know what you'll say. Is it the single row jogless join Patty has as practice?
Oh my God, yes. I cannot tell you how long I've been waiting to find a good usable method, and this is the ticket. I love it. Single row stripes, here I come.
This was my absolute favorite part of the lesson. Imagine there's a way to have that one round of pop color in the center of a Fair Isle motif, and it can be prominent and jogless.
Oh, but wait, there was more. The next exercise to work on swatch number 10 and was all about short rows, a key to good sweater fitting, along with other design features in all kinds of projects, is knowing how to work some smooth, invisible short rows.
I really like the short row practice too, and that we tried a couple of methods. I can see how I might use different methods in different projects. Swatch 10 was so much fun. I can see making this on a larger scale, like a bandana cowl design based on this mini version.
I didn't see that as a potential cowl, and now I see what you mean. What do you think you'd use for colors and patterns?
There are so many traditional and contemporary motifs I have marked with sticky tabs in my stitch pattern books to try. My favorite colors always involve blues and greens.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see what you'll create. I found lesson 6 plus the cross references from chapter 6 incorporated what I like best about knitting, creating a garment or accessory that looks bespoke, as it really should, because we're making these things to be worn and used. The smoothing of shoulders and necklines plus squaring off corners is a small technique that makes a huge difference.
Well, Marta, I have to ask, did you have any trouble with doing the perfect neck exercise?
I think I know what you're talking about. Necklines can be very tricky.
Well, I have minimal sweater experience and had trouble transitioning from pages 98 to 99 in the workbook. I do want to point out is that Patty uses a semicolon in rows 2 through 7 on page 99 to separate the instructions for the left shoulder and the right shoulder. The slope bind-off cast-on exercise, which comes after this on page 102, went much better for me.
Some of the tools and tricks in the book are for knitters with various experiences. I think this lesson focused on the tricks sweater knitters encounter. Don't forget that the Unraveling group is very helpful and open with their support as members try new to them projects. We'll be posting the cross references between workbook and original book and all the usual places, along with some additional resources which might be helpful. What did you think about the tricks about making ribbing look better, Betty?
Well, ribbing is not always for our pleasure, Marta.
Oh, Betty.
Seriously, though, I've talked about how it's been something I've been working on, and the two tricks of ban the blip and fix the flip mentioned in this lesson have really helped make my ribbing definitely more of a pleasure.
Well, ditto, Betty, ditto. I'll have what she's having.
Yes.
I don't see how we can improve on that.
No.
So I'll see you next time, Betty. Bye-bye.
Bye.